Quality Radio.
Welcome everyone to the special Wednesday edition of 5 Round MMA. My name is Alex Mares, alongside my co-host Albert Sita. This continues our Wednesday episodes where it's kind of just fighter focused and interviews. We're going to interview people from the MMA world, personalities. This week we have Jared the Mountain Vanderaa, 6'1" heavyweight, I believe. 6'4". 260, a true heavyweight. You'll see talking about his latest win over at Global Knockout, and he's talking about his last loss and what he learned from it as well. But it's kind of refreshing to see a true heavyweight out there, right? He even mentions it too, like how he feels like he's a true heavyweight.
He's an actual heavyweight.
He states in the interview that he's actual heavyweight, and then he kind of knows that, I know people are watching me because of my size, but he actually said I want to kind of he'll go into more in depth that I want to sharpen my tools.
The type of competition he's willing to tackle.
Yeah, to tackle. So it's gonna be great stuff. A great interview, super fun. Again, if you guys watched our episode on Monday, we're going to drop the latest opinions on the world of MMA. Make sure to catch that as well. But as of right now, championship conversation, with Jerry the Mountain Vanderaa. Should be great. Check it out. Welcome, everyone. This is 5 Round MMA. My name is Alex Mares, alongside my co-host Albert Sita, and we're joined this week by a very special guest, Jared the Mountain Vanderaa. Jared, how's it going, man?
Let's go good. How about yourself?
Good. I want to thank you for taking the time to speak to us. Really do appreciate it. 25-year-old heavyweight, 6'4", walking around over 260 pounds, man. You're coming off a big win and Global Knockout 10. Took place earlier this month in August, a submission win. How are you feeling with fresh off the win, man?
No, I wanted that submission win due to the fact that I've never won with a heel hook or ankle lock. But I was hoping for, I don't know, I was trying to get the heel hook or the submission elsewhere versus the standing position that I got in. Going into that fight, though, it's kind of rough for me because I had to take a few weeks off for recovery from my fight with Richard.
Yeah.
But I went in there, got short notice. I heard the guy was running his mouth too, so, I was like, all right, cool. If you're going to run your mouth, I'm going to prove you're wrong. Coming off of an injury, no real training, and I submitted him in like minute 30.
Yeah, there you go. So you said you did mention you lost your previous bout. It was your first career loss, submission. But as a heavyweight, man, your 6 career wins, 3 by knockout. What I really like is 3 by submission. I mean, you don't ever see any heavyweights, especially nowadays, getting those submission victories. Is this something you take pride in? You just said you're very probably got an ankle lock here, but is your ground game something you take great pride in?
When it comes to like submissions and knockouts, I just whatever's given to me. I can't really just say my ground game is more spectacular than my stand-up. It's just I get fights. I try to accommodate weaknesses so my opponent can't exploit them, and usually I get off on submitting or knocking them out.
Knowing that you're a heavyweight and that the major organizations are kind of saturated with, they're very
salivate over.
Yeah, they hardly have any heavyweights right now. Is that something you keep in back of your mind? Because I know that most heavyweights aren't as active as you were, especially in 2016. How active you were. Is that something you keep in mind? The reason you're so active.
I've noticed a lot of heavyweights they're not like a heavyweight, though. Like, I mean, like when I stand next to a certain gentleman I've stood next to, I feel like I tower over them. I feel like I'm, in a way, more fitted to be a heavyweight. I'm not saying that, like I look at, there's a lot of guys that walk the path of like 230, 240, and I feel like they could actually make it to 205. Because when I stand next to them, I feel like I could just flick them and they will like die. With me being my size, my age, and stuff like that, it's good. Saying that I'm coming up, I know bigger promotions are getting like a earful from my manager Matt about me. I'm putting up fights. I'm willing to fight a lot of people. I'm not one to shy away from fighting. I'm down to get in the work to fight the top guys, and I'm pushing myself to get there.
So, you're associated with Team Quest, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's it like training with a team? And I think that's a super well-known training camp for all MMA fans. And what's it like? And how have you grown while under their tutelage? Yeah.
I'm working on creating a better one.
Yeah.
Each one has been different. I'm kind of trying to figure out what I like and what improvements I need to make to my training camp. Like when I fought Richard, I thought I had a great training camp. I mean, I'm gonna use Richard to fight a lot due to the fact that it's my loss. I learned so much from it, but it's killing me the things I didn't do. Like I watched a lot of the videos of Richard, and a lot of his fights were stand up. So I definitely made sure my defensive stand up was great. And I think if you watch the fight, I felt like my stand up was vastly superior. But the problem was, I felt like I came off too strong, demonstrating that I had a strong defense. And because I did that, he went into what he was practicing is a lot of like defensive wrestling and stuff like that. And so me and Richard were on the fence back and forth, and mentally, and I don't even think physically, I was ready for a cage war. And he brought that to me, and it sapped my energy. I mean, normally I have great cardio, but I was just not physically ready to be on the cage for so long. And it's not just his fault; it was my fault. I put myself in the cage, or push myself on the cage and back and forth instead of, separating and throwing shots. It was so because I saw that hole in the game that like I was kind of lacking my wrestling because I was so worried about my defense stand up that I kind of lacked on my wrestling. So I need to make sure I'm not just focusing on his strengths and weaknesses. I need to make sure I'm fully, going a well-rounded aspect of it. Due to the fact that like I come from a wrestling gym, that he thought I was going to be a straight wrestler, but I do prefer my stand-up, and I let I'll focus more on my strengths instead of my weaknesses, and that's what caused me to lose the fight. And
Yeah, well, it seems like you learned greatly from that loss, and you bounced back, like you said, on short notice to get a submission win. So you are on the right track. So I want to talk about maybe growing up. Was MMA a big part of your life? Did you play any other sports growing up, or did you get into mixed martial arts when you were younger? How did you get introduced into the MMA world?
All right, so my full life is MMA. Like my job, my training. I take my baby to the gym so I could get training. My girlfriend's supportive, but she we have a relatively new relationship, so she doesn't fully grasp a lot of the concepts, and it tends to bother her when I train all the time or I work, and she's like, "Yo, you need to spend more time with me." And I'm like, I'm trying to be the best father, best boyfriend, and best fighter I can be all at once.
So you're in the heavyweight division. Do you keep an eye out what's going on in the UFC's heavyweight division at all? Do you follow that? I know we have Francis Ngannou kind of is calling out Stipe Miocic. Do you keep a close eye on what's going on there, or are you just focused on your career right now?
Actually, I've been following the UFC because, for one example, I've watched I can't watch where I'm at, people at my level. Perfect example, I was supposed to fight Justin Willis about a year and a half ago. Great guy from AK. He's 5-1. He went to the UFC, beat the guy, and I've watched. I wanted to fight him. Nothing disrespectful. I wanted to fight him because he's a lefty. He's a wrestler. It would have been just a very intriguing fight. see him go to the UFC. I'm like, sweet. If he's there, I could easily make it. Actually, at my last fight, I met with Justin. He was cornering one of the Nolan, one of the other fighters there. We talked a little bit. Great person, but seeing that he went to those top ranks, I mean, I can see myself watching, guys at the UFC level. I want to fight. I mean, I would love to fight Godbeard. He seems like a fun person to fight.
Oh, wow.
I would love to fight Stefan Strude. But eventually, I've been following like Overeem. Overeem's like my all-time favorite. I would love to one day get the opportunity to fight him. I mean, but I do try to focus more on my career and not jump up to the UFC because I'm technically not there.
Yeah.
I think physically and mentally I could be there fighting with them, but when Dana White calls me, that's the day I'll start worrying about people in the UFC.
Yeah. Oh, at 25 years old, you're 6-1. I think the future is very bright for you. Unless you just came off a win August 5th. How quick do you want to get back in the cage and get another fight under your belt?
I was actually trying to get a fight like next week.
That's awesome.
I told Matt that I'm like a crackhead searching for my next. My next was the line. I'm scratching over here. I'm like, I need a fight.
There you go.
You got those fights for me, Matt? It's bad. I'm pretty sure Matt right now is annoyed with me because literally every other day it's like, Matt, got a fight. Matt, hurry up. But I mean, no disrespect to Matt. Like, I do it because I want to fight, but he doesn't want me just taking any fight. He wants it to be the right stepping stone. He knows that I want to go in the UFC. He doesn't want to give me a fight that won't help me at all. I told Matt, don't give me a fight that I won't win just to win it. Give me a fight because I'm a fighter. I don't care if this dude's a badass. You think we can beat each other up? Put me in. I'll train to get my ass beat, to beat his ass.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely look forward to your next fight. What to get you on when you have a fight announcement, Jerry. I want to thank you again for taking the time to speak with us. Where can people follow you on social media? And you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors or local affiliates?
I got Twitter that I kind of use, which is, I think, Jared Vanderaa. Facebook page, Jared Vanderaa. And then my Instagram, Jared Vanderaa _HBN. At the current moment, I would like to thank Death Throne because I didn't get to thank them openly for my last fight for sponsoring me. I mean, I would like to thank KO Reps for, managing me and everyone at Team Quest, Dan Henderson Athletic Center, always being there, helping me train. Thank you guys for having me. Sorry about some of the miscommunications
no worries at all.
throughout this interview, but thank you guys for having me.
No problem. When you have a fight announcement, we'll get you back on here again. I want to thank you again, everybody. It's Jerry the Mountain Vanderaa, keeping out, hopefully later this year, or maybe as soon as possible, have a fight coming up, heavyweight, 6-1. Jerry, again, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
You too. Thank you.
You are now listening to Afro Mighty Radio.